thank you for joining us. This is Mature Living, the show for seniors by seniors, because I'm a senior. I'm looking at Grace Ortiz over here because we're going to be interviewing her in just a second. And so we have a wonderful show planned for you today. So many places to go, things to do, and conferences. It's so important. Classes, activities for seniors. And so I'd like to begin our show today by re-inviting and reintroducing you to Grace Ortiz, who's with the Adult Protective Services. And I'm very close to Adult Protective Services because I help to serve on their advisory board. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Miss Mary. I appreciate the invite.
I love this conference. It's already the 11th year, would you believe?
The 11th year for our conference.
Do you want to share the poster with us?
Absolutely.
That they'll be seeing out there. It's beautiful, and purple's really important, isn't it?
It is. It's the color for elder prevention, abuse prevention. So we ask everybody on that day, why don't you wear your purple and show, you know, the support for Adult Protective Services. We want them to know that El Paso cares for our seniors, yes, and we want to prevent elder abuse.
And one of the things that's most important as you hold that up is reporting.
Absolutely.
We've got to report if we see anything. It could be anonymous, it's confidential.
The key is if you suspect. If you think something's going on, report to Adult Protective Services at 1-800-252-5400.
Okay, so now we get to talk about the conference, and it's October the 2nd.
It's on Tuesday, October the 2nd, and it's at Region 19, Early Head Start, 11670 Chito Samaniego. I say get there early. It's an all-day affair. It's a day to gain some information on services, information regarding seniors. We just want everybody to know knowledge is power, and yes, the more you know, the more you can help yourself and somebody else out.
And I'm always amazed at your attendance, like over 600 people. A variety of walks of life, professionals in aging, banking people, seniors, law enforcement.
All sorts. Anybody who deals with seniors, they want to attend, they want to learn. Yes. And then we have seniors.
Yes.
They come in, and that's really heartwarming for me to know that there's a senior out there that wants to come out, have a good time. That's how I look at it. Yes. Come out, have some fun. Yes. And something great is happening in our community, and be a part of it. Be a part of it.
It's wonderful, and it starts from 8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30.
And so what will we learn that day? I know there's so many things to talk about.
So there's lots of topics. Yes, in the morning, we really need for you to register first and foremost.
Yes.
At eventbrite.com.
Okay.
And then if you can't register because you don't have a computer, please call me at 834-5772. And what I want you to do is give me your information so that I can register you and you can get a ticket. Because that's ensuring your lunch, because we got free lunch that day.
That's right. Okay.
But the topics that we're going to have that day is wound care identification. We're going to talk about elder financial abuse, exploitation, what the probate court does when we have those types of cases, living a stressful life, and relaxation techniques. Because guess what? All of us have stress.
Caregivers have stress.
We all have it.
We all have seniors in our families.
Yeah, so you know what? Come and learn how to live a stress-free life. And then we're going to have something fun, laughter and yoga.
Oh my goodness.
So we're going to have a little break there.
Can we practice now?
There you go. And then lastly, Medicare and Medicaid Mythbusters.
Oh,
so all those topics that day, we have door prizes, so you can stay all day, snacks in the afternoon, free lunch. And interesting enough, it's free, Mary, free.
Yes.
The free is there.
That's it, because of these wonderful sponsors and the exhibitors.
But I am going to ask the community for a big favor.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
The cost is free, but bring a toiletry item. Right. Give back just a little bit. Toothpaste, shampoo, a hairbrush, body cream, toilet paper, whatever you can bring. Go to the dollar store, buy 2 things, buy 3 things. Yes. That is going to be your cost to come into the conference. You're going to put in our donation bin, and we're going to give them away to our seniors when we run into situations when they don't have.
And also, talking about those contributions of those toiletries, do they go to the Silver Star room?
Yes, all those donations are going to go to our Silver room, hence for the senior. We have a room full of donations because, believe it or not, we run into cases where individuals have nothing. Yes. And that way we can give back. We can put a little care package together and ensure that they do have those little things that we take for granted. A toothbrush, a toothpaste, body shampoo, creams. seniors don't have because they can't afford it. So we can give back.
Wonderful. Lunch is being provided. You're going to have flu shots and all kinds
Walgreens is going to be there providing flu shots. You can come in. I do know he's going to have a few vouchers for those who cannot afford it, but most insurances are covered with it. So we're going to have Walgreens there.
Yeah.
We're going to have lots of vendors who provide services to seniors, and that's the exciting part. Come, network, learn what's out there, because you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't know what services are out there for the seniors. They can learn inside of the conference. They can go outside, take a walk, learn what's available for seniors. We just want to be able to help. Two other things that are real important.
Okay.
CEUs for social workers.
Wow, that's amazing. These are the professionals working in.
Yes, and at a minimal
network.
price. UTEP will be charging $40 for those,
Okay.
which is minimal. You know, it's inexpensive.
Not very expensive.
And then we're looking at TCLO credits for the law enforcement.
What oh, lines for law enforcement people.
Yes, so they can come in and they can get those credits and keep their certification up. So we're trying to help everybody, and we're
Yes.
trying to learn, and we're trying to make a difference in our community by one day being out there at a conference and providing all this information in a little bit of time.
And it's amazing. You know, I haven't registered yet, and I really need to register. I also, you're going to be having a drawing there for Southwest tickets, airline tickets.
The APS Silver Star board has 2 airline tickets. I think there's no blackout dates. They're going to be selling those tickets, I think, for $5.
$5, yes.
And you can go that day, bring your $5, and you never know. It's your lucky day, and you can fly somewhere.
And if you're present, you get to pick up the prize.
Right then and there.
It's wonderful. This is October the 2nd. It's coming. It's a Tuesday,
October 2nd.
And it's from 8 to 4:30 in the afternoon. It's the 11th annual Crimes Against the Elderly Conference. And one of the things that I have to mention is Adult Protective Services. We always mention about physical, emotional abuse. We mention financial exploitation and also neglect. If anyone that you know, a neighbor or an acquaintance or someone that you think something's going on, it's always good to report.
And you know, people don't understand it, Miss Mary, and neglect is very simple. If you need a walker and your insurance isn't covering, that's neglect. Call it in. Maybe APS can help.
Yes.
Your air's not working. Guess what? You can call Adult Protective Services, and maybe we can turn on your air. I know we're headed towards the end of summer, but we're going to start needing those heaters to be turned on. That is neglect. Maybe we can turn on those heaters in your house.
Yes. Also, if anybody wants to still donate fans or in the wintertime a blanket, you'll be working on that with the Extreme Task Force.
Extreme Weather Task Force, yes.
That's wonderful. So thank you for continuing now the 11th, and anything that I have not mentioned that you need to mention?
It's just going to be a great day. Spend a day learning on topics about the elderly. We want everyone to come out and join us.
Parking?
Parking. So let me tell you, if you get there early, you can get to park really close.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get a parking. You can park at Tinseltown. We're going to have shuttles bringing you in throughout the day. Wonderful. And if you have to leave, the shuttle will take you back.
Excellent. I might end up doing that.
That's the best thing ever. You don't have to walk. So
Super.
We're there for you.
And we've talked about the exhibitors, about 50 of them, all these services, these companies that serve the elders. Gosh, thank you so much. I think we got through. I think they're telling me, okay, Mary, that's it. Time's up. Thank you, Grace, for being with us and being a great partner. And thank you for sitting on this chair every once in a while when I need to go on vacation or I can't
Not to
make
worry, Miss Mary. You're a great partner of mine. I appreciate you.
Okay, we'll be back with more guests. Well, welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. This is Mature Living, and we want to continue our show with some great conversations. You're going to be interested in this conference because it's the 3rd annual. It is a conference that is titled Mind Body Conference, Living a Healthy and Harmonious Life. If that doesn't grab you, well, wait till you hear some of these speakers that are going to be talking to us and inviting us to this wonderful conference. It's the Mind, Body, and Integrative Medicine Conference. Tell me a little bit about that. We have Dr. Jose Baltazar. We also have Carmen Castillo
Attar.
Attar, yeah. Attar, and you're going to be sharing, I guess, this time going back and forth to tell us and invite us to this conference. Tell me a little bit about the mind-body medicine. And we know Jose from a counseling perspective. He's one of our instructors.
That's right.
And so tell us about the conference.
Well, as you know, I'm trained in mind-body medicine.
Yes.
So the annual Mind-Body and Integrative Medicine Conference is a project, let's put it that way, or an initiative that we started with Trans-Pecos Counseling Association. It's a cooperative effort, a partnership that we have. And so the purpose of the conference is to make the community in El Paso more aware of the non-traditional medicine, integrative medicine, the different approaches that exist that you can use to help yourself heal better from illnesses or use together with medication that you're taking. And a lot of times, and the reason why mind-body medicine exists is because it reduces the amount of healing time. People can heal better, faster, easier, using these techniques along with whatever treatments they're receiving. We're not saying that mind-body medicine alone will heal you, although a lot of times it does, but it's a complementary type approach to combine with regular medicine so that you improve your chances of healing. So in the conference, we present different themes, different methodologies, different approaches. This time, for example, we're doing reflexology. We're doing brain performance to enhance the brain, especially for people who are concerned about forgetting, becoming forgetful and things like improving their memory. So that we're doing that. We're also doing special movements that improve health. So we'll also have a presentation on that. And
it's just so interesting. It's just amazing because we're always looking. It's not a one size fits all, right?
Correct.
But we're always looking for methodologies or training or learning things we can learn to help us live a better life.
That's right.
And so, what is your target audience that you're looking for?
Everybody's welcome. Before the first two conferences, we were targeting more about counselors, people that work with in the helping profession. But now we've seen the response, and we think that everybody benefits from that. From somebody, a student, a senior person, adult, counselors, professionals that work with others. They'll benefit greatly from this conference.
We haven't even mentioned the date, the time, and the place. And I think this is a good time to, because we're talking about who can attend. And so it's going to be October the 6th.
Correct.
It's going to be at the Education Center, Region 19, which everybody's familiar with on Boeing Street. And it's going to take place from 7:30 in the morning. And you're going to offer a little bit of breakfast. You're going to have lunch, I would imagine, because it goes to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and then we'll talk about how much it costs, because I think it's a bargain. It's a bargain. So tell me about the tickets that you're.
So right now the tickets are $50, and for that there's 3 presenters. There's 2 tracks, one in Spanish and one in English.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so we have 2 tracks. The conference runs from 7:30 to 4 o'clock. We have breakfast and lunch is on their own. We're trying to see of getting food trucks to come to the center, so people don't have to go out.
You don't have to drive away.
Exactly.
Walk outside. Hey, that's
enjoy your
idea.
lunch there.
Yes.
And you help the community and the economy.
Correct. So it's going to be a great conference. We're going to have vendors, so people that offer services regarding health, mind, and body.
And I see that the titles are very technical. I mean, you explained it in layman's terms, about the breathing and movement and but neuroplasticity and all those terms, because you have such professionals, great professionals presenting your presenters.
That's another purpose of the conference, to bring forward or expose the community to professionals that are in this area, that provide this kind of training, this kind of services. Neuroplasticity just implies that the brain is capable of regenerating itself. And so that's what this gentleman is an expert in. And he actually shows you, so that's a very interesting presentation, because you actually see it happening.
Awesome.
He has you do activities with your mind and show you through the computer how your mind can help you heal, get better, and improve.
So, will people be able to get CEUs? Tell me about the CEUs that are being offered.
Yes, correct. We offer CEUs for those that need, those professionals that want CEUs, and they're offered through TPCA, which is the Trans-Pecos Counseling Association.
Okay.
It is a counseling professional organization in El Paso. We're a chapter of TCA, which is the Texas Counseling Association.
Wonderful. Well, it's a great partnership. And what is, I know the early bird is already, well, maybe not. Yeah, no, the early bird's already passed. I can't get that bargain price. What is the ticket? What's the price of the conference?
The conference is $50 from now until the day of the conference, and they can call 831-2419 or 831-2004 for tickets.
Good.
They're also online.
Mindbodyconference.com is
Okay.
the website, and they can go online, register themselves, and pay online.
So you have the professional price of the $30 for professionals, membership that are members.
That's the membership for TPCA, the Trans-Pecos Counseling
And
Association.
students, $20. Oh my gosh, that's
right.
wonderful.
And it's a great organization to join. We provide workshops through the year, activities for professional counselors, for networking, and also, like I said, for CEUs, for professionals that want to join that
organization. And the proceeds help for scholarships?
That's actually the main purpose, in addition to, of course, teaching people how to take care of themselves through natural methods and approaches, is to raise funds for scholarships for students that are attending university programs.
Very good. It's amazing. I'm so glad you all came by to talk to our audience at Mature Living. I hope you get a lot of calls, and we might tell them to say, you saw it on Mature Living, and I saw Carmen, a Castillo, Attar, that I saw Dr. Jose Baltazar, and thank you for doing this for El Paso. We really appreciate it. Anything else?
You're welcome.
We already gave the phone numbers. Anything else that we need to mention?
I just would like to add that this is the third one, and in the prior ones that we have done, people have given us very good feedback about the
Okay.
presentations, and actually the people have encouraged us to continue offering it.
Well, I hope you
Because,
do, and
yeah.
you come back to Mature Living, and we'll announce it here.
Thank you.
Carmen. Good
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
And I know
Thank you,
Dr.
Mary.
Baltazar, because he teaches with our senior adult program, and we'll be back with more guests. Well, thank you for staying with us. This is the last interview of this show today, but saving it for the last, it's sometimes always better, right? Because you get the last word, and we've invited Yvette Lugo, who is the Executive Director of Area Agency on Aging here in El Paso. They're having a fantastic Aging to Perfection conference at the Convention Center. It's going to take place very soon, September the 12th, so you need to gear up. Make sure that you get out there to the Convention Center on a Wednesday, September the 12th, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so thank you for being with us, Yvette. We always like to invite you to bring us information about Area Agency on Aging and these wonderful events that you put on.
Thank you.
Tell me about your program and how long you've been with the program. I know you have a great staff you give credit to, and all your partners and the advisory council, and I know you have a lot to talk about.
Lots to do. I mean, this is one of the main reasons we're here, and of course we could not do it without our community partners. But just overall, Area Agency on Aging, I mean, our goal is to try to help keep our older adults in the community for as long as possible. And so part of that is resource information, knowing where to go, knowing what to turn to when the time may come so that you can stay in your own homes and grow old as you wish. So this event for us, this is our 19th annual Aging to Perfection Expo, like you called, September 12th at the Convention Center from 9 to 2. This is our way of, again, bringing all those community resources together under one location, one roof, to create better access, to just have everybody there. So if you have questions, concerns, you're looking for those answers and resources, they'll all be there on September 12th.
You know, I like when I attend your event each year, I love it that all of these booths, You can walk up, you can ask questions, you get pamphlets, you get maybe even flu shots. I mean, all kinds of things that you offer. And you have great partners. And that's what makes it happen. WellMed, you've got Mary Group, you've got Desert Imaging, you name it. It's
Right.
wonderful. And we're going to be playing a little bit of, I think, Safety Loteria, or we have fun with them.
Good.
And we promote our free classes as well through our participation. So tell me what you have and what's important. Who should attend? Many times, these adult children, baby boomers, many times, are looking for help or information to take care of their parents.
Absolutely. In fact, that's who I'd love to see attend. Okay. Older adults, obviously, we see them, they're appreciated, they're welcomed more than anything. But I think most importantly with family members, exactly that. Those are the ones calling, asking those questions, calling the agency, reaching out to you, I'm sure sometimes. Yes. And this would be the great place for them to be able to come and find out. One time, a young man came in during his lunch hour. That's my favorite story of the expo. Caring for his mom, had no clue where to start, and was just kind of lost. And so we helped guide him, took him to the different booths and options for him based on his needs and his mother's needs. By the end, he left there with appointments, with scheduled visits, things that possible resources that could help him then care for his mom. And so he was so thankful and grateful. And I truly believe that could help most people, especially those adult children who are having to face those kinds of issues with aging parents.
And there's sometimes young people, grandkids that are caring for grandma and grandpa. Anybody and everybody of all ages,
right,
that is or plans to care for somebody, whether they're there or not, they might already be caring for them, needs to be at this expo. And I call it the Senior Expo, but I know it's the Aging to Perfection.
Yes.
And that's what we want. We want to age successfully and as best as we can.
Exactly.
So family caregivers, come on down.
Exactly.
Really important.
And that would be, a good way to take the day out, maybe.
Yes.
Come out and learn about resources that could help you continue to do your jobs. Really is just most along with the information, there's health screenings, there's flu shots, just overall education behind it, which that's part of it. There are educational sessions that are part of, and they're simultaneously happening as the expo is going on.
Yeah, and in the poster, and I haven't shown the poster, but I think we're going to put it on the screen eventually. But these are the posters that are out in the community, and it explains the educational. Tell me about the educational sessions and what time they start, and how many do you have?
There's 4 sessions, and the focus on the education this year is on Medicare. Just kind of understanding Medicare in general. And we find that some people, even on Medicare, don't really understand what their benefits are made of.
I'm one.
Or if you're planning on retiring and you're interested in learning about, well, what do I need to do, or how do I access, what is this going to offer me when I'm ready to take Medicare?
And do I have to make choices?
Exactly.
After retirement, where you're not under a health plan with your work,
right,
with your employer, now you've got to make some choices.
Very true. So we're fortunate to have people from Austin, from the Texas Legal Services Center, that are going to come into El Paso and conduct the sessions for us. So subject matter experts in the area, people from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Senior Medicare Patrol to talk about fraud and Medicare. People don't think about that, but that exists. So really just overall, these sessions are typically about an hour and a half, starting at 9:15 and running, like I said, the entirety of the expo. So 9:15, Medicare basics, just talking about Medicare in general, understanding what Medicare consists of. At 10:45, we're looking at how to understand to protect your Medicare, that fraud exists with Medicare as well, and that's important. At 11:45, how to help pay for some of those Medicare costs. Sometimes Medicare can be costly for people. There are premiums attached to it, co-pays, etc. There's actually help available that can help persons, prescription drug plans, those kinds of things that can help reduce those costs, especially if you're an older adult living on a fixed income. And then finally at 12:45, we're talking about the preventative services that Medicare has to offer. And again, that's a newer benefit that maybe some people don't realize, that there are preventative wellness checks, things like that, again, to help us age well, that Medicare will cover.
Prevention. And I think with many of our illnesses, they can be prevented.
Absolutely.
Diabetes, so many coronary, cardiovascular, heart disease, very prevalent. But with reducing your weight, eating well, you know, what you're your nutrition program, we can stay healthy in our older years.
Absolutely. And that's all. We're trying to create, again, a healthy focus so we can age well and everyone can do their parts. So there's also a health and fitness area, health and wellness area. AmeriGroup has sponsored resistance bands that are going to be distributed to the first 1,000 attendees. And then Silver Sneakers is going to show us how to use those resistance bands.
How awesome is that? And of course, your stage, there's a lot of music, activity, dancing, I don't know, all
Yes.
kinds of things that are happening at that.
And that's actually my
convention.
favorite part, aside from everything. On stage, as you mentioned, are some of the local older adults that continue to stay active, that amaze you with their dancing abilities, singing abilities, talents that just don't seem to end. And really for us, that means helping us bust that myth that just because you're older doesn't have to equal that you're old, infirm, in a wheelchair, whatever it is.
Yes.
But that ageism that somehow unfortunately still
That
continues to plague
mentality
us.
or that
Yes.
mindset of aging means sick.
Yes.
Aging means immobile.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a fact anymore.
Exactly, and that you can, in fact, age well. So these, the entertainment that we have on stage exactly does that, helps us to showcase
I
that.
couldn't imagine that at 75 I'd be sitting here still having fun and
Right.
still connecting with this beautiful young person, Yvette Lugo, who I met many years ago,
Yes.
coming in from what university?
I went to Baylor University undergrad, and my graduate degree is from UT Arlington.
Yes, wow. It's amazing. We have had a good run.
We have. I've been with the agency for 16 years. Blessed to have have worked in this area of older adults and service to that. But so this really is a work of love for us that we try to put on for the community, again, to just show that support, show all the resources, and just show how El Paso just comes together.
It does.
So
It
oftentimes
does.
people don't understand the relationships that occur and how supportive we are of each other, especially when we're working to serve those commonalities.
And I'm glad you mentioned supporting each other. We're supporting Tony Serrano, who did our rock and roll concerts, Concierto de las Americas, and he's having a little bout of health issues, and so we want to do a fundraiser for him. $10 for the tickets, 5 bands, a little Mike, Bobby Rosales, Tony Serrano, and the classics, of course, Joe Padilla and Border City Band, and of course Grupo Religión. So this is going to be a fun thing at the VFW, and we're doing a fundraiser. And that's
good.
supporting each other.
Right.
We want to keep him healthy and energized because of his trumpet playing all these years since he was a teenager at Bowie High School.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we'll see you all next week because we're going to continue talking here because I'm going to invite Yvette to join us with the Tony Serrano fundraiser. We'll see you all next week.